This is Irontrader, and this is midday trading. So we're going to take a look here and see what's going on with natural gas and crude oil. And today we're going to throw in old Apple into the mix. It looks like she's on the move here. Okay, this video is for information purposes only, not a recommendation to buy, sell any stock, my ETF. Please like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. All right, here we have natural gas daily chart. Okay, so there's a couple things I want to show you. See, look at this bottom of this price channel now. See how it's picking up here? Okay, and that's the same thing what we did here. Okay, then it started picking up. Now it's going to take time. This is not instant. But if when you look into this time frame here, May, June, July, see how it's starting to pick up. So we're going to see if this is all going to shake out here. Okay, and then we had a nice, actually just picked right all the way up here, all the way into the November time frame. So let's just see if we can start stair-stepping this. Right now. So here's what we have today. Okay, so what do we have is we had a topping tail here a couple days ago, and then we had a topping tail here and a topping tail here. So what we did is you had a topping tail and then a red candle. Then we had 3 nice days, topping tail, red candle, then 3 green days, topping tail, candle. Now we got to see where this finishes off. So right now we have ourselves an indecision candle. It's pretty much the same as we had here, except it's red versus green. Now, the key is we need to close above this, 1.764. That's going to be very, very crucial. Okay, that is very key. So right now, natural gas is sitting at 1.765. Okay, so that's what we need to close above. Now, again, if that's lost, we can look here to today's low. That's 1.731. And then we want to just follow the candles down. You have 1.70. We have 1.686. There's your gap. And then here's the fill at 1.67. So it's not much of a gap and fill, but it's still there, okay? But then below this, we have this 1.64 area, and then obviously we have the retest of 1.589. But right now, if it can hold this on a closing basis, this is looking pretty good scenario-wise. Maybe we can get, 2 reds, 3 greens, 2 reds, 3 greens. Maybe we can get that and go right back up here again. So on the upside here, what we want to watch is this 50-day. Very, very key, 1.79. And then we want to watch that 8-day at 1.81. Now, if we can get above that, then we'll come over to the top here. This is sitting at 1.85. Then we look to yesterday's high, 1.892. And then we'll look to top of this candle, 1.92. And then there's your big retest at 1.943, okay? So that's what we're going to be looking for there on the upside. Now, again, if we can get above, this is what you were looking for, is this 1.95, 1.98, and there's that 2 level right there, right across, very, very nice. Now, again, once this rises up, and it will, eventually, if you look at this chart, you can see a low, higher low situation here, okay? So as long as we don't lose this candle here, this 1.589, this still has a nice series of higher lows going. Even though, look at, yeah, it's slow moving right now, but again, it's still on a move, okay? But again, if we can do that, get above that 2.0, then we have 2.04, you have 2.10, 2.12. This is the candle we're looking for. This is the gap, 2.168. And then again, if we can rally up here, we have a nice target there of the 100-day at 2.22. And then here's your fill, 2.42, and then we can rally up here, maybe even possibly to that 200-day at 2.53. But you got to have a little patience with this. This is not like a big mover. It's a good scalper, though, so you got to give it that, okay? So I did a little bit of scalping in UNG today, and what did I get out of there? I got like 10 cents there, but I'm trading 5,000 shares, so that's not too bad. I didn't scalp any KOLD here yet because you're pretty much flatlined. There's really no market. No movement, I should say, not a market. There's just no really big movement here. There's other stuff that's way better than what's going on with this here right now. Okay, but right now, just watch this key right there on a closing basis, 1.764. It really needs to close above it or on it, one way or the other, and that would be very, very good. Then on the upside, we want to watch 1.79, and then we want to watch that key 1.81. And that there, we just follow the candles right on up. But let's just see if we can do the 2 red, the 3 green, the 2 red, the 3 green. Let's see how this all shakes out. Okay, let's take a look here on the hourly and the 4 hour. Okay, nothing's really has changed here. It just made a little bit of a lower low here. So that double bottom scenario, which was looking pretty good. But again, even though you make a little bit lower, you're not talking that much, lower. You're looking at the bottom here is 1.75, and you came down to 1.73. So that isn't really, that big of a situation here. Now, again, if that 1.73 is lost, then we want to come over to the bottom of that candle. That's 1.70. And then right here, right there, 1.706. And then we have a retest down there at 1.68. So we just follow this price channel going across. That would be your target if that 1.73 is lost. Now, on the upside, we're looking for this 1.78 because that was been the recent high here today. And then you could rally up maybe to this 50-day, 1.81, and then maybe have your 200, and then maybe possibly here that, that 100. But we got to see how this is all going to shake out here. Now, when we look at this chart here, well, you're still, it's still not really looking that bad because you have a low, higher low, and then we have a higher low situation. Until you start losing some of these targets here, it's still okay. Okay, let's just put it this way. But what we really need to do is to rally back up here and retest that 1.943, then possibly higher. Okay, so that's what we're kind of looking for. It just that doesn't look like it's really going to do it. Just kind of sideways dead action there today. But we have the rig count at 1. I doubt if that's going to move anything. But who knows? But what we want to do is watch that 1.73. If not, we just come right over here. Look at it. Just look at the bottom right there. See that 1.706? And then right there's your, look at the bottom of this candle here. This is where we're sitting at. Yeah, 1.686, which is basically right there. Okay, again, if that's lost here, we do have a gap here. Okay, so when you look to the top of that candle, what are we looking at here? Let me see. Yeah, you're looking at 1.649. Okay, so there is that gap and that fill if it happens to come all the way on down there. The key is we've got to make sure that we hold this 1.58 level because this is very, very key. And if it could really hold in this area here, start rallying up here, that would be good. But right now, I had a little, a couple small scalps in the UNG, but really there isn't really a whole lot of movement either direction right now. Okay, let's take a look here at crude oil. Okay, here we have crude oil, your daily and your weekly chart. Now, you can see today where we ran right on up here, okay? And look old sticky up here. See this? Okay, now this ran up here on the news. Now, I have trade TOS charts here, so it comes with that global news, okay? So realistically, what it was a report that there was going to be a possible attack from Iran on Israel on Friday. But again, it wasn't confirmed. And once they said that it wasn't confirmed, then that price came right on off. So you want to make sure that you take strict attention here. Now, another news just came out here on the wire, and they were talking about that a better chance of attack over the weekend. Okay, so don't be too skittish here and say I'm going to go bearish, because if there is an attack on oil over the weekend or in Israel over the weekend, this could be very, very bullish here for the crude. Okay, so this was a nice, I sold right into this. Now I'm looking here to take a position here by the end of the day here to go long again. Okay, so that's pretty much where I stand on that. So you got to trade this market. Now, what did I say? I said this morning when if you watched the video, I said watch your key 8 SMA. Got above that. Got above all these levels here. And look at here. 87.63. What do we get to the high today? 87.67. Okay, so I was within 4 cents. See, that's why you want to use price channels. That way you know exactly where she's going to go. So that one there, you knew you want to sell right into that, okay, until you close above. Now, okay, so you miss a few cents. What's the big deal, okay? So I sold that. Now I'm waiting here to rebuy, okay, to maybe hold into the weekend in case there is some kind of a big brouhaha going on. I can make some money off this on Monday. Now, remember, don't ever take trading as personal, okay? It's just strictly business. You're here for one thing, to make money. Both directions. That's it, okay? You don't have any feelings, okay? You have no opinion, and you got no excuses on anything, okay? That's all you are here, okay? Nothing, okay? So, again, you just want to say, how do I make money off of this, what's going on here in the Middle East? And that's how you do it. You sell right into it. So then when that news came off, it calls down. Now we're sitting there below this key 8 SMA here at 86.11. So we're going to see how this is going to basically shake out here today. But see, this is why you want to trade the charts, because now you see exactly where it's going. Okay, so if you know where it's going, now you put the trade on, see, now you can dump it. That's how you make money off the old charts. Okay, so let's look here at the downside first. So here we want to watch. Let's watch today's low. That's 85.40. And then we want to come right here to the bottom of this candle, 85.09. And then we look to yesterday's low, looking at 84.84. And then we look here at 84.55. You're coming off the top of this candle, 84.49. See how nice that is? Take that line right across. See, there you go. So see, so that's what we're trading. We're trading this range right here. Okay. Now, again, if it closes above this 87.63, say just this afternoon, it just goes nuts and starts going above this, then you buy into it and you buy on strength, just like we had here. Okay. So you say, oh, I missed a little bit. So what? Look what you gained all the way, all these days. Okay. So you just buy on the strength. Okay. There's always a saying out there, you buy when there's blood in the streets. Yeah, that sounds good, but sometimes you got to wait for a lot of blood. What you want to do is buy on the strength that you see this. This is all bloody action right here. Now, why wait on that when you can say, I can buy the strength and then I can take it right on up here. I can buy the strength, take it on up here. I can buy the strength right there. You see what I'm saying? Then this is just nothing but sideways action in both directions. Very, very nice. Okay, so watch this key SMA here on 86.14 on the upside. And right here, 86.38. And then we'll go right through these candles again, 86.63. And then we have 86.98, 87.10, 87.22. We're looking for that 87.63. And then today's high, that 87.67. That's what we're looking for here on the upside. The key is going to be based right on this 8 simple moving average. Okay, very thick. Now remember, be attentive to the news because right now that's what crude is trading on. Not so much on supply and demand, but on the news, which is basically disruption. Okay, disruption, disruption, disruption. Now the whole war might even happen, might not happen, might not amount to anything. It doesn't matter. That's not how crude trades. It trades on the disruption possibility. That's what you want to look at. Okay, weekly chart here. So far, we got an inside week. Now, actually, we have a little bit higher high than we had last time. So it's not really a true inside week, but we have an indecision candle going on. So we got to see if we can take this out. Now, again, if we can take this level out here, today's level at 87.67, then we just follow the candles, 87.83, 88.29, and that's what you're looking for. Just call that $90, and then we're looking up here at 95. All right, let's take a look here at Apple. Okay, here we have Apple stock, your daily and your weekly chart. Okay, now Apple, I'm a long-term holder of this. Okay, and basically what I do is I also trade this 4 times a year. What I do is I buy this 2-3 weeks ahead of earnings. I hold it and then I sell it into earnings. Okay, I do that 4 times a year, but I'm also a long-term holder because they got a dividend and the whole 9 yards. Now, yesterday they came out with this product that they're going to, into their Macs, I should say, they're going to incorporate the AI system. So that sounds pretty jazzy, I guess, maybe into the tablets and everything. I don't have any Apple products. I use, like Samsung. I think it works. I don't have any problem with it. So I'm not really an Apple kind of guy. However, I like the stock. Now, what do we have here? Okay, look at old Sticky. Where did it run? Okay, today's high was 178.36. So you went above this key level at 177.05, and then you went right into that channel, 178.67. Okay, so that was what you were looking for if you were trading today's high, 178.36. Okay, 178.67. So when you put these price channels on here, you know where the price is going. So that price channel, all that is just the top of that candle. But it's easier to see with the price channels than just looking for tops of candles. See how that easy it is? Now, this has to close above this 50-day. Just getting into this is a good for trade, but it needs to close above that 50. That's for sure. And then you got to close above that 178.67. If you do, here's your target, 182.77. If you get above that, then your target is 183.93. Very, very simple, okay? But right now, it's not so good, okay? So when you look at this chart here overall, what I don't like about it is you have a high, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. That's what is never good, okay? That's you want just the opposite of what that is. See, that's the same thing here, unless it starts to tear it off again, okay? But see with the lower highs and lower lows, that's never what you want to see on the chart, okay? So you want to see just the opposite. You want to see bottom left, upper right. That's what you want to see if you're bullish. Now, again, if you're shorty on this, well, then hell, this is looking good, okay? But then it rallied right on up here. It doesn't really have the mojos. Their earnings are kind of lackluster here on every quarter. That's why I sell right into it and just take the profit, take the money off it, okay? Because, I personally don't really care about any stock. I just care about making the money off of stock. That's what a trader does. Now, on the downside here, what we want to watch is you want to watch this key 21 SMA, 170, 172, and you want to watch that 8 SMA. Very, very key. Now, again, there is support levels here that you can come down here all the way through here. So we can look at this level. You're looking at 173.60. Right here, we're looking at 171.92. But realistically, these key levels, 71, 72, 70.53, this is what you're going to have your big targets on, and then you have a retest down to 167.11. Okay, now this is popping up here on the news. People are getting all excited here about that AI incorporated into the Mac. They figured, well, if they have that in here, a lot of people are going to want that. They're going to sell more products. Okay, just as simple as that. But on the upside, watch that 50-day. You have to close above, and watch that price channel. You have to close above that. That is very, very key. You can't just go into it. Now here, it's kind of a W pattern, but you got to get right there. There's your neckline. Once you get above that, then she can rip to that 200-day and possibly even the Hondo. Now here, when you look at a weekly chart, well, you got a lot of resistance going on here. So what do we have there? That 174.25. Apple right now sitting at 175.14, just above it. But then we have your 182s, you have your 21 SMA here. So you have a lot of resistance here before we can retest that 199.62. Okay, so the key is that 50-day and that price channel, and then we come smacking right into a brick wall of that 200. All right, that's what I got for you. A little netty gas, little crude ski, and little Apple. I'll be back here after the pick close, and we're going to review crude oil and natural gas a little bit more in depth. All right, thanks for watching.